say the village
Like
part is?
the first hard thing to learn?
Yeah, the first hard thing to learn.
Yeah, I'd say the Pueblo.
Yeah, so basically, so now they're starting off. You can see they're relatively synced. And the first thing you want to do is kill this first villager, because otherwise you get trapped in that house forever. Okay, he takes 2 shots on New Game Professional. On normal, I believe it takes 3 shots, right, with a handgun?
Um, it's like I think it's 1 shot and a kick. I think that's what
Really?
you would do on normal.
Ooh, I
Because
didn't know that.
the kick does extra damage than the handgun.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, so they're gonna kill this crow to pick up a grenade, which is essential to this upcoming village part. So do you want to describe how that village fight start? Like, is supposed to be completed?
Yeah, you gotta like kill a guy at the start with 7 shots to make like he I don't know why he's so important to kill. And then when you go inside the house, a bunch of enemies will be around it. So you throw a grenade out the little window, and we'll see them do that. There's another grenade that they got to pick up, and then they'll go outside and they'll set up for the second grenade, which hopefully should get everyone and kill enough enemies. It's 15 enemies to progress and finish that section.
Oh, it's actually 15. I didn't know that. I knew that you had to kill a certain amount of enemies, but I didn't know the exact amount. But the alternative to clearing this is just to wait out the church bell, right? But obviously in the
wow.
speedrun,
Hey,
we
Kuba had
don't.
some trouble with that inventory.
Yeah. So inventory is very important to this game because you want to pick items up, and then like you want them to fall in a way where it's easy to navigate these items, right? So you'll see them picking up items in a certain way, especially in the cabin part. Like, you know, normally in casual gameplay, you pick up everything in the cabin at once, then you just camp downstairs. But the order that you pick them up, you know, really matters later in the run, and it could save you a lot of time if it's easy to just navigate your inventory.
Okay, so
And then,
fortunately both players finished the Pueblo just fine.
yep.
Kuba
Right,
has
that's good.
just a hair lead, but nothing substantial.
Yeah. So let's see. So they're coming up. So you also need to pick up certain treasures because in this game, you get to use the merchant, and you mainly want to use the merchant to buy rocket launchers or other broken weapons as well, right? And then you need to pick up a certain amount of treasure and gold to, you know, buy said weapons. So you'll see these players, especially New Game Pro, because in New Game Plus you don't need to worry about treasures, but New Game Pro, you'll see them going out of the way to, you know, collecting gold, treasures, and, you know, other things to sell so they can buy weapons later. And then now we have the boulder. I think there's this thing called tree skip, right? So what does tree skip actually do here?
Yeah, you're supposed to skip the QT at like the last moment, and Leon can just end up behind that, like in front of that tree rather, and it saves like a second.
Yeah, but the risk is you die if you miss, right? Or like you just do it too early. So normally in a race you don't really want to do that.
I think didn't you successfully do it?
Yeah, I did it. I don't follow me, guys. Don't like. I just felt like doing it because I felt confident in my button mashing. Like sometimes for the tree skip part, like you'll know when you get a good button mash, right? So, so we got Canyon coming up. So if you are new to speedrunning this game, it's essential to do this part fast. Like it's not difficult to do at like in comparison to other parts of the game, but if you go too slow on this, then the enemy cycles will be all messed up. So you see here, everyone, you know, they're taking like a similar path. They're doing the same thing. They want to bait this guy out or kill him or shoot him, right? And they're gonna pick up this treasure up here. Like you see them, like they're moving in a very similar pattern. But otherwise, it is difficult, a little difficult at first. Oh, so Kuba, ooh, good reaction time there. Yeah, he got, you know, sometimes this part, some quote-unquote meme things can happen. Some weird stuff happens.
Overall, this is a pretty weird chapter. I mean, in any category, it's a weird chapter.
Yeah, because enemies can be where you don't expect them to be ever. And I know in New Game Plus, this chapter is much harder in comparison. But both players look like they're making it out fine.
It's definitely movement heavy with New Game Plus because you have to make sure your movement's on point.
Yeah. Whereas in New Game Pro, mainly in New Game Plus, since you're removing much of the RNG in the game, it's
Well, you have Dipman at that point, so the movement's going to be different.
Yeah. So you know, movement's more essential in New Game Plus, whereas in New Game Pro, it's more about adapting to those things that you know you don't really see, right? So we see, people here. There's specific positions for this, which I can't really get into because it's going to take too long. But I believe Kuba did get the point, I think, which is what you want. So it's easy to dodge, on like this entire process easier. And you see them. This is an optimization. They reload here because if you jump too early, the pitchfork guy can hit you, or you can get stunned by the dynamite. So they reload here and jump over the sandbags because certain actions give you invincibility frames. So no matter what you do, like let's say you're climbing up a ladder, you're jumping, you're kicking a door open, you jump over some sandbags, you're invincible during the entire process.
Yeah, it's a very exploitable mechanic.
Yeah, this game has a lot of stuff that's easy to exploit. Like even like when I played this game through casually, I figured out that like when I jump through certain things, like I can't get hit, or when I get hit, I can't get hit like in a row, like right after, like consecutively. And then let's see. I think we're gonna come up to Del Lago, right? Everyone remembers
this chapter is just a mess with how random it can be because of the boss at the end of it.
Yeah, and then this boss is, I'm sure you guys famously know, it drags you through the lake, and then there's logs in the way and stuff. There's a lot of like stuff going on. In 60 FPS, those log hitboxes are much bigger. Ooh,
You should mention that ooh, that's bad luck.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Getting enough as it is.
Yeah, getting grabbed from the back, you don't take damage. But getting grabbed in the front where they choke you, that actually gets you get hurt decently from that.
Yeah, if you get hit when you're being grabbed like that, your health goes down to 1.
Yeah.
So there is a risk there. No, I was gonna say something about the Lago. Oh yeah, the mouse movement on PC is really janky.
Yeah, it's super sensitive. Okay, so Kuba finished up the first merchant of the game. BuzzKill not that far behind. I'd probably say like 20-25 seconds.
Both players are using a controller, correct?
No, Kuba uses keyboard and mouse, and he's using modern. So modern is more sensitive, or I believe it's called like it has like mouse acceleration, whereas a classic has a deceleration.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can use your DPI and whatnot on your mouse.
Yeah, I don't know the DPI is affected too much because then there's in-game sensitivity settings. But here we can see here there is a discrepancy between the skill gap between the players, just movement based and stuff. But it's impressive. BuzzKill, I don't think he's been playing this game for quite a bit since he's been busy with work, so he hasn't made any big mistakes yet. I'm very impressed by BuzzKill. He might actually PB this race.
Early game tends to be consistent.
Yeah. So definitely this is, quote unquote, the easiest part. And then we'll wait until Castle. That's when everything goes crazy. And then
I mean, there is one guardian. That's the cabin.
The witch?
Cabin.
Yes, that is completely true. But okay, all right. So BuzzKill does not miss the flash crow here. So certain, like we said before, we want grenades and we want to fill up our inventory in a certain way. But it's funny how certain birds' nests or crows, they carry grenades. We don't understand why that happens in the storyline of the game, but we accept it for speedrunning. We want these extra grenades anyways. And Kuba's approaching Del Lago. BuzzKill dodging second boulder. Yeah. Let's see. So there are multiple patterns at Del Lago, correct? If I recall.
Yeah, there's a few patterns that you'll see.
Yeah. So there's 3 main ones. There's the early dive where the Del Lago goes into the water really early. Late dive, you can tell by that name he comes in late, and no dive, which is the best one. Because when Del Lago is submerged in the water, it takes time, right? But let's see what kind of RNG pattern Kuba gets. Essentially it's RNG, but if you want to explain.
It is RNG to a certain degree, of course, but with the correct movement, it is possible for Del Lago to be manipulated. Not many people really understand it right now. It's something that's hard to get down. But it's like right here, you have to position the boat in a certain way, right between the 2 logs. I guess it would vary on the frame rate as well. And you can manipulate him to not do that late dive or early dive rather.
Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't get an early dive, which is good. All right, so let's see what pattern Kuba gets. Ooh, he gets a perfect no dive pattern.
Diveless, that's good.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, BuzzKill
Oh,
gets hit.
BuzzKill
Oh
got hit.
no. All right, so this is gonna be huge because if you get hit by Del Lago, you have to go through this entire cutscene of swimming, and also his patterns are really crazy after after him hitting you.
If he hits you, his he starts going. It's just completely random at
Yeah,
that point.
like there's stuff
Because we
that,
don't know
that
what
no one
happens then.
understands. Yeah, no one's really explored what Del Lago does after getting hit. Uh-oh, I think he might get hit. No, he's fine. So he's taking it safe. So in general, if you want just starting to learn how to play Resident Evil 4, you might not do everything that you won't be able to do everything all the top players do, right? But what you want to do is just basically try not to get hit by Del Lago or the logs. Like that's the first step in learning how to deal with this boss. So Kuma pulling a sizable lead right now, especially with BuzzKill getting hit and Kuba getting the best pattern of Del Lago. I
There's still
wonder.
an equalizer with Cabin.
Yeah. So there could be a potentially 20 to 30-second differential in cabin. Even more if someone dies in cabin. But Buzzkill, I think he only needs 1 or 2 more harpoons for Del Lago. He's trying.
I don't believe anyone has died in Cabin in this tournament so far.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's died on Del Lago either, right? But
So
yeah.
far, Cabin has been just actually pretty good for the racers in this tournament. But that can change.
Yeah, we'll see. Because even if you get the best pattern even if you play perfectly well in cabin, you might just the Plagas might just spawn in a bad way, or you get grabbed, or you run out of ammo because Lewis doesn't do anything. Okay, so Buzzkill makes it out. He's gonna grab a grenade in this crate right here, which is essential for cabin. And then while Kuba, meanwhile, is on his way to, I guess, the second or the first mini boss of the game, El Gigante. And El Gigante is actually very difficult to destroy. Like, you have to manipulate all his AI quite a bit.
He's a tough one.
Yeah, like, because then, he didn't save the dog in the beginning, so the dog doesn't help him out here. So here, let's see what Kuba does. Oh, and he just rockets him. Okay, so I guess it wasn't that hard of a
that
fight.
worked out.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't that hard of a fight. I don't know. It was harder for me doing it casually, so. Okay, so Buzzkill, he's about to hit the waterfall switch here. So in 30 FPS, you can skip this waterfall, I guess, sequence. But in 60, you can't.
There's an out of bounds you can do by angling yourself in the corner of that, like where that ladder is, and you jump down, and you go out of bounds. Saves about 10 seconds. It's not a huge save.
Yeah,
You
but
don't pull the lever though. You pull the lever
yeah.
if you because there is a chance of soft locking the game by falling through the ground.
Yeah, so if I believe you're off by a tiny bit, you fall through the ground and you do soft lock yourself, but hitting the lever does incur a checkpoint, right? So otherwise, if you reset checkpoint from here, you have to start all the way back, I believe, at the beginning of this room.
It's something you would probably do in a race.
Yeah, you need every backup strat in a race because there's no resetting here. Okay, so we got Ashley. So for those of you that don't know the premise of this game, the point is Leon Kennedy, our secret agent or special agent at hand, needs to rescue the president's daughter. And then, they hear reports that she is in Spain. So he gets sent to Spain to rescue her. And lo and behold, he finds her. And essentially this is sort of like a babysitting mission right here. Right. And then Ashley doesn't help us too much, but she definitely, gets in our way quite a bit, right? And then, do you want to talk about like what's the most common mistakes that newer players have with Ashley?
Well, she likes to get stuck on enemies a lot. It's really annoying to deal with that sometimes. Because it's like if she's near an enemy and Leon isn't close enough to her because you're running forward, she'll just stop the crouch, even if the enemy's on the floor. That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that part never made sense to me.
I don't know.
So yeah, basically what yeah, so if Ashley gets if she gets stuck behind an enemy for like more than like a second and a half or something, even though she's following Leon, then she'll start doing squats and then, you know, she doesn't move. And then as a player, you got to kill the enemies around her, otherwise they'll grab her and let her go. You know, there's a chance of you getting hit by her and stuff.
Okay, Kuba almost lost Ashley there.
Yeah, like this is a little bit scary. Okay, luckily, yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to see that yellow no sign right there. If you see a red, then that's not good.
Yeah, it means she got stuck up by those two enemies and that got grabbed. It's a hassle. So Cabin is the next guardian of the game, I guess you would say. It's very technical. He hits Lewis there to ensure that he starts firing on this first enemy and kills him. Then he aims at him so he can let enemies into the cabin to use a grenade to kill as many enemies as you can.
Yeah, so for the cabin, I think you need to kill 40 or 50 people.
It's 40 enemies to finish the cabin.
Yeah, or you could time it out, but obviously in a speed run, similar to the Pueblo, we don't want to time these guys out. So we want to maximize our effectiveness with these grenades. I believe if you use all your grenades properly, you should kill 25 people right away.
Are you trying to kill me?
And then the rest is up to you and Lewis with your, you know, red 9 and shotgun.
Yeah, you use the shotgun on the staircase, and that deals with it. An interesting thing about this section on PS2 is the enemy maximum spawn rate is 5, whereas in this version, or any other version, it's 9. So you actually have to reroute how much ammo you pick up to ensure that you get enough shotgun ammo to finish cabin.
Yeah, because you still the enemy cap is still the same. It's still 40 enemies, but they spawn 5 at a time instead of 9 at a time because the PlayStation 2 is the weaker system. Okay, so Kuba's on the second phase of the cabin where basically you're just blasting these guys with a shotgun. BuzzKill about to come up on cabin. So if Kuba just happens to die here, it will actually tie up the race. Uh-oh, that guy, yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say
boy.
that guy was gonna spawn a Plaga.
Well, it's looking good so far for Kuba.
Yeah.
If he gets like sometimes when a Plaga spawns, like the guy will still run at you, and that's really terrifying.
Yeah, because then he'll end up like maybe behind you or in front of you, and then you know those Plagas like they will at the very least they will 2-hit KO you. Usually 1-hit KO you.
Yeah, just like that one guy was running at you.
Ooh man, okay, so Kuba finished the cabin with 0 ammo. That was very lucky on his part. And I noticed he picked up an extra flash grenade. So, you know, in the okay, so BuzzKill's cabin looks pretty good so far. First grenade doesn't get grabbed or anything. And you'll see they're doing the exact same thing because, like I said, you want the items to fall in the same way, and doing this movement sort of manipulates enemy patterns as well, because I know that if you move in a different way, the enemies can behave weirdly. Okay, so he needs to pick up that yellow herb. Oh no, he didn't pick up the yellow herb before the hand grenade, so his inventory is going to be messed up. Uh-oh.
He could fix it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did he not see him climbing through? What happened?
Yeah, I think he assumed that he knifed him. Okay, he didn't pick up the yellow herb. Now we can see this inventory is a little bit weird. Okay, but he's on the second phase, and he uses the green herb. I'm a little worried because he can use that first aid spray. He definitely needs to.
He might have to get the money from the truck later on.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely mandatory at this point. But luckily, he might run out of shotgun ammo too. I'm worried about how his grenades work. But Kuba here, passing Gigante, you don't need to fight that one. You just run past it. And now he's on the gondola ride, which is essentially an auto-scroller. You just want to shoot all these guys down.
You'll see Kuba just shooting ammo. It's so he can remove handgun ammo from his inventory because he's gonna sell the handgun in the next chapter.
Yeah, so you want to just sell all your stuff, and then in the next merchant, you basically, you know, it probably saves like 1 second at most to not have. Ooh, so BuzzKill made it out, but yeah, but essentially you don't want to have to sell extra handgun ammo because it's a minuscule amount of money for the run, anyways.
It saves a tiny bit of time, you know.
Yeah. Nothing big, but you know, it's not that big of a deal either. But for top runners, you definitely want to do that. Okay, so Kuba, let's see. So he's gonna approach the towards Mendez. So if I recall casually, that he's very tanky. Right, when you're trying to blast, you know, handgun,
Usually.
shotgun ammo into him. But what we do know is that with these fire grenades or incendiary grenades, he is very weak to fire. So if you had problems playing this guy casually or fighting him, you're in for a treat for what's coming up right here.
Yeah, I heard a joke earlier about Mendez, and it's pretty cheesy. Pardon the pun.
Cheesy.
But because he's called the Big Cheese, you know, that's what Lewis calls him.
Yeah, the
And
big.
he's like, Big Cheese, more like grilled cheese. You turn him to
Oh
grilled
man.
because you set him on fire.
Yeah. Oh boy. But there's definitely a lot of let's see.
That's a terrible joke, I know.
Yeah. You know, you're right. It was a cheesy joke. Okay, so we see Kula here. You know, you throw a fire grenade, and when Mendez is like bending over like that, there is some invincibility frames, or there are invincibility frames. So he needs to be careful. He doesn't throw the next grenade too early, otherwise it literally will not do any damage. But all right, so he cleared him with 4 fire grenades and the explosion, the barrel explosion.
Now, this isn't something that can happen on New Game, but it's possible on New Game Plus to pick up the eyeball before the cutscene occurs, and you'll soft lock the game.
Oh, really? Because I thought the cutscene. I
The
I
cutscene
understand now.
triggers the wall to collapse.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you pick up the eyeball before the cutscene happens, the wall doesn't collapse and you can't leave the
That's
barn.
crazy. Because I thought picking up the eyeball made that wall collapse. Then, oh well, yeah. All right, so we see. Okay, BuzzKill trying to rearrange his inventory right here. You see, it's a little bit messed up. Oh wait, they both got flashes from Lewis in the cabin. 'Cause Buzz has 4 flashes as well.
I don't believe that saves too much time, but it definitely opens up the possibility of a safe strat.
Yeah, because with the extra flash, you can skip the 1 in 3-3, which is probably around 4 to 5 seconds, because you have to, you know, break that glass window. And let's see, Kuba about to leave the village, going to enter castle. Buzz about to enter Mendez again. So we're gonna see the same strat from Buzz as Kuba did. You know, with the 4 grenades, with the additional fire explosion.
Follow me.
And then here,
Yeah. One difference I forgot to mention between 60 and 30 is the Mendez fight. He actually takes 1 more incendiary on 30.
Oh wow! So do you get the one from inside the church then?
That one or the one inside Mendez's house? I don't think it matters too much which one.
Okay.
Were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just gonna say that the castle is the environment's much different. The storyline sort of evolves, for lack of a better way to say it. But we're gonna come in with a brand new inventory here. So we're gonna get rid of our handgun and shotgun. We're gonna buy the TMP and semi-auto rifle, and these weapons are great in their own right for speedrunning. And do you want to, you know, touch on why these 2 weapons are amazing?
Absolutely. So the rifle allows you to kill basic enemies with headshots. Just 1 bullet, that's enough. It's also fairly powerful for some mini bosses, I guess you could say. And the TMP is very snappy. You can pull it up and like set up and you just pop people to stop them from getting to you or Ashley.
Yeah, so essentially you can use a rifle to kill enemies, and the TMP you use to stun enemies and to run past them. Because the fire rate is so fast and the TMP is very weak. Right, so you just shoot them to stun them and you just run past them. But if you need to kill someone, usually you just do it with the rifle. Now we see here, Kuba snipes that guy up, you know, on that castle because that guy will, you know, fire catapults. So, will catapult like rocks at you guys, like, you know, as we see right here. If you don't kill that guy, when you try to approach that lever, that guy will shoot the catapult at you, and we don't want that to happen because it 1-hit KOs Ashley.
There is a strat that's used on earlier versions of the game, you know, GameCube and PS2, because of the slower loading, where you abuse the invincibility frames you get from entering and exiting the crank. So when the rock's about to hit you, you exit and you get back on, and you don't get hurt.
Yeah, I believe Frenchie was experimenting with that last night, timing it, but it is slower regardless because when you reload the crank, or like when you leave the crank and reload it, Leon's startup, turning animation is a lot slower. So, wait, did he? Wait, he had to redo the. No, he didn't. Never mind.
He just re-entered.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, so you re-enter the room here. Basically, you grab the first sword, you do stuff, and then the enemies all, are they get aggroed onto you. Then you leave the room because for some reason the enemies, it resets the enemies' positions, and they totally forget that you left that room because enemies in this game are smart. And then we'll see here, Kuba about to get the castle key because we need to get into the castle to get out. And you'll find that this castle has a lot of interesting enemies and settings.
This key room here can be troublesome sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially on New Game Plus.
Yeah, because the enemies. Sorry.
Not so much on 60 FPS, because on 30 FPS New Game Plus, you want to try and like run by everyone, and sometimes you'll get blocked and destroyed. It's happened to me.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip of you that happening to you. Okay, so BuzzKill, I don't think he didn't pick up the truck money, but so he finds extra gold to buy the rocket launcher here, and then he's gonna save. Wait, he didn't sell his green yellow either, so that's interesting. So it has been a while since Buzz played this game, but there are some backup strats you can do, to get by, with a gold deficit, and you can just make it up later in the castle. So the rule of thumb for picking up gold, if you're a new player, you can pick up gold is in the, when enemies die, sometimes they spawn like green, red, or blue. Blue is gold. When you're starting off, you want to pick up every blue treasure thing. But when you get better at the game, typically you don't want to pick up anything in the village because the money drops there are much lower in gold values than the ones in castle.
And then regardless of what area you're in, it's actually possible to get almost a 20k drop, though.
Yeah, I've seen 3,300 drops. And we see Kuba finishing up the Gyarados, aka the Wolverine Man. So he doesn't have the semi-auto rifle.
That's bad.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, he missed it.
The dynamite destroyed everyone there.
Yeah, that's wow. Okay, so
what he was trying to do there is there's something you could do where you do like a wait follow me, like you set Ashley in a certain point, and that will manipulate when you do a wait follow, or sorry, a follow wait, whatever. It will make the enemies like turn around so you can get by them easier. But something went wrong and they grabbed her, and it just completely destroyed what he was trying to do.
Follow me.
Sorry, I'm guessing he did the follow me wait too late because the enemies aggroed onto him.
Very unfortunate, but it will allow BuzzKill to catch up.
Yeah, so that does set him a little bit behind, and he's gonna need to reload before entering this water hall raid. Let's see if he remembers. I hope he remembers. He's gonna switch to the rifle. He's gonna. Okay, he reloads. Okay, I was scared. At first, I didn't think he was gonna reload because you need to kill 4 enemies here before progressing.
You're slightly delayed, Trickle.
I am.
It's still that reload like a couple seconds before.
Okay, give me one. I'll be right back, guys.
Wait. Follow me.
Okay, I should probably explain Water Hall here, because it's a very, very difficult room, especially when you're starting out.
Right,
now, what he did at the beginning is he killed a couple archers that were on the platform on the second floor there. If you don't kill them, they're very much a problem by the time you get to cranking there. And then you killed the 2 shield guys because they like to block you and go after, like, kill Ashley.
There's a crank over there.
And what he did there is he had Ashley crank, because on 60 FPS, for whatever reason, she cranks faster than Leon. And he used a incendiary grenade to deal with the shield guy that was there. It was very clean. From Kuba there, and BuzzKill seems to having an issue with Gyarados. You got hit by him.
Okay, so Kuba's on the second phase of Waterhall, correct? I'm just trying to make sure our videos are
Yeah,
synced
he's on
up.
the second phase.
Okay.
Very straightforward.
Yeah, so essentially what you want to do, it's an auto scroller because it's all dependent on actually, you know, completing these 2 cranks. So you just need to kill all the enemies that, you know, will grab Ashley, and that's it. So, but there are some item pickups you want to do on the way here. So, you know, we're gonna see here. Wow. Okay. So yeah. So he picks up gold. Because you know you need enough money in the game. I believe you need at least like 7,000 or something, depending on what treasures you do. But you know, you see here he's grabbing some gold. He's gonna grab like a hand grenade and a first aid spray, and you know you want to optimize your movement so that you don't end up behind when Ashley finishes doing the cranks, because she might get grabbed as well, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so Buzz about to enter. He's entering Waterhall. He kills the 4 shield. He kills the 4 guys, which is good. He doesn't pick up the gold. That's interesting. I wonder if he remembers, if he forgot to pick up money. But I'm more interested to see how Buzz does in his Waterhall, because this is, the hardest section in the game casually and, for a speedrunner. Okay, meanwhile, Kuba's just finishing up right here. Okay, no enemies out there. Okay, so looks like Buzz is going to get a clean Waterhall, but it's not over yet. We need to wait for Ash to get on this crank. Okay.
Yeah, Kuba's finishing up here.
Yeah. Okay, good. So he threw that fire grenade because it stuns the enemies. And then let's see if he gets other random guys. Okay, so what Buzz does, he really needs to pick up money because he's already way behind on money. So I'm a little bit concerned about his gold drops for later. But looks like it's going to be a clean Waterhall from Buzz. That's really, really good.
Both players had clean Waterhall.
Yeah, so that's impressive. I think, I don't remember if I had to reset in mine, but I do know that Top Tier versus Almighty Mandals, I think they both had to reset in their Waterhall.
I thought they both died. That's what I remember.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so BuzzKill about to do the quote-unquote auto-scroller section, and then Novistadors. Okay, do you want to talk about how we can manipulate these buggers that are quite a pain to deal with?
Okay. So Novistadors are probably the most random enemy in the game. They're very tough to deal with. And what you'll see Kuba doing here is he'll move the camera in a different direction, because this game has a mechanic that will sort of
BuzzKill
alter...
dies in Waterhall.
Oh boy.
He forgot to reset the checkpoint. That's what he did.
I see.
think. Wait, no. Actually, no, he did reset the checkpoint, but he did fail to kill the enemies, which is unfortunate.
Right, so this game has a mechanic where if an enemy's in... their AI will kind of change, and they'll only be limited to certain attacks. They'll be slightly less aggressive. So with Novistadors, we move the camera because that puts them in our blind spot, and therefore it usually manipulates them so they don't jump on you, they don't kick you, they'll just do like a swipe attack.
Yeah, because basically, if you run straight at Novistador, they're more likely to give you a kick animation, which is virtually impossible to dodge. Like, there's like maybe a 1% chance of being able to dodge it. But if you turn the camera away, they will never give you that kick animation. They'll always swipe at you or you do an acid attack, which is much easier to dodge.
The only way to avoid that kick animation is maybe if you're rounding a corner and the Novistador can't reach you. But that's obviously not something you can count on.
Yeah, so we're up here to the Red Zealot, a famous part, because you need to snipe this guy 3 times, and then if you miss it, it's not easy to, to continue sniping him if you miss the initial shots.
And right here, there's a glitch that you can do on 30 FPS where if you throw an incendiary grenade, the Red Zealot will get set on fire in the cutscene. And if you don't skip the cutscene, he'll stay where he is.
Yeah, so it's something weird that's 30 FPS. You throw the fire grenade to stun lock him, and then he doesn't teleport to the other side of the stage.
As long as you don't skip the cutscene.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at one of the hardest puzzles in the game, 1, 2, 3, 4. The
So
puzzle
hard,
is
dude.
they need to sacrifice 6 people, right? You need to have 6 people on the screen on those paintings for the door to open. So the easiest way to do it is 1, 2, 3, 4. And Kuba narrowly dodges the scythe right there. So that scythe usually just straight up one it KOs you. It just decapitates you. But luckily Kuba was able to not get hit by it. And then Buzz makes it out of Waterhall.
This room that Kuba's in, I like to consider the hidden boss of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Because
hidden boss.
It can definitely like that. It can definitely mess you up.
Ooh, so Kuba went a little bit too early because then the enemies sort of track you, and they track you really hard on 60 FPS. So what you should do, you should wait behind that one pillar and then go later, right? So because then the enemies will just shoot you at the ooh. So the enemies will just shoot you at the pillar, and then you won't get hit. But Kuba went a little bit too early, and then one of the rocket guys kept on tracking him, so he got hit by the rocket. But luckily, he makes it out. And then, okay, neither player picked up the TMP ammo. I'm surprised. I don't think Kuba picked up that TMP ammo. BuzzKill didn't pick that up.
I remember
Alright, so
Mandels was short on TMP ammo on his race, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if BuzzKill makes it out of here clean. So. Okay, so far so good. Ooh, oh, he gets swiped. Oh, let's hope he doesn't get chain swiped. All right. Oh, he gets he's getting comboed. I think at this point you might let's see.
So
you might want
This is the example of like how bad Novisadors can get sometimes.
Okay, he's getting body blocked. Okay, he makes it out. Okay, that's good. He didn't die. So okay, so that's very good for BuzzKill. Kuba, he's doing the maze. There's a camera trick you can do here for the dogs. If you keep on running and you aim your camera up, the dogs will never attack you, which is pretty cool. Because I didn't know about that until I saw someone do it when I was playing casually, and then now it's still a valuable strategy to speedrun.
Well, I always understood it as long as you aren't like running straight at the dog.
Oh, Kuba
wow,
gets stuck
whoa!
Wow, that was dangerous.
Well, I guess he's implementing that camera trick.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Close.
Maybe that's a 60 FPS thing.
No, I did it on GameCube as well when I was playing casually. It definitely
so
works.
Something that works in general. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, if you guys have troubles with Kuba has a little bit of a brain fart right there. Doesn't remember which way to turn, so that's okay.
So BuzzKill's coming on the red cellar. Let's see if he maybe he gets a crit.
Yeah. So for this part here, normally you activate the belt and shoot the wine bottle, but only recently, I know this has happened for a while, but like only recently did we know that you can shoot the bell, which is actually really cool. Okay, like Kuba makes it out. Okay, I think Buzz makes it out too, but his explosion barrel didn't kill everyone, I think.
That bell thing, I feel like that's something like maybe a handful of people like knew probably 10 years ago, and it was really like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I know New Game Plus doesn't run it because you have the PRL, so you need to manually trigger that bell.
On PS2, the PRL's garbage, so
yeah.
For that.
Okay, so now we found Ashley, and Kuba's gonna free Ashley. Let's see. So you need to kill a certain amount of enemies here as well to trigger more enemies, and there's a special way to end this fight early without needing to spawn an extra wave. So what Kuba's gonna do, he's gonna line up a shot to knock over a red zealot. And then he's going to throw a grenade, which will kill everyone in the room at once, but with the red zealot dying. Because normally, if the red zealot is alive, he will spawn more enemies. But if he kills everyone in the room at once, they will not spawn more enemies. So he's going to knock this guy over, shooting him in the leg. And then he's going to throw this grenade in a certain position and a certain time to, try to kill everyone in the room. And let's see if he gets it. You can hear it, usually. Right, I think he got it. Because then Ashley's going to say, I got the key. I can get out. So, all right. So Kuba's now playing as Ashley, and for fun fact, Ashley runs faster than Leon. I think Ashley and Ada have the same running speed, if I recall.
That might be true.
Yeah, but Ashley definitely runs faster than Leon running with no weapons. Oh, one thing we didn't mention before is that if you hold a weapon that doesn't require like two hands and use like a handgun or a TMP, so if you equip if you equip nothing, a normal rocket launcher as Buzz has right now, or a grenade, you run faster, like I think 4 or 6% faster than if you were to hold a handgun.
It's about 4% faster.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a big deal right now, but there are certain optimizations to this. Especially when you use this glitch called the Dittman glitch later, because it amplifies your movement speed and everything. So that extra 4% goes a long way later. Here, there's just some puzzles. Surprisingly enough, this puzzle that Kuba's approaching is, it plagues a lot of people when they're younger. But there's a really easy way to do it. So I believe you just start from the middle left one, and you just go counterclockwise, right? Because I can't visualize it in my head because I just do this like naturally.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, so there is a difference. So one, there's a big discrepancy between the skill of the runners, but honestly, I think Buzz is doing pretty well. Like I'm very confident that he can definitely PB this race. He's not amazingly far behind Kuba. He's probably only a few minutes. So because the differential between these two PBs is about like 15 minutes, I think. So we got a lot of time. So if Buzz just plays how he is, if Buzz just keeps on playing how he does now, he's gonna PB very hard.
Buzz had a rough Del Lago and just been trying to catch up.
Okay, so Kuba making it back. These armored knights are just coming to life, trying to kill Ashley, which they're not supposed to because they need her alive to execute Sadler's plan.
The Armaduras kind of feel out of place sometimes when you consider how they are, because they just disintegrate, right?
Yeah, they just I guess like the Plaga infected the metal, which doesn't make any sense. Like there's not.
No, it makes zero sense.
Yeah. Oh no, BuzzKill doesn't bait the guy. He needs to heal, and hopefully he doesn't get chained. Okay, he makes it out. Okay. Because I thought the Gyarados was gonna, chain the attack after. Okay, so he picks up extra rifle ammo, although he doesn't. He should have picked that up after shooting these guys down, because that's the optimization here. And if you shoot these guys down early enough, they will fall over.
Trouble hitting them. I think he jumped down too far to the left.
He picked an interesting pathing. Okay, so Kuba's gonna go into a lava room, which somehow there's a volcano in this castle. Like, when we talk about realistic or, continuity stuff.
The volcanoes belong in a castle.
Yeah, whoever did the interior design of this, like, Salazar must have paid him like millions.
Well, you don't have a volcano room with a carousel either? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. It's a big trend nowadays. So I'm surprised that I don't have one. Everyone in my neighborhood has one. Okay, so Buzz gonna free Ashley. So I'm curious to see how Buzz does this part as well, because it looks really easy when you do it right, but in reality, it's actually very difficult to do this.
He missed the third guy there.
Yeah, he didn't headshot him. So we see the power of the semi-auto rifle. You shoot him like most normal Ganados with the unupgraded semi-auto rifle. I believe they always take 2 hits in the body, or like they always get decapitated, and when you shoot them in the head. It might be different on Island though, because Island enemies have more HP. Okay, so Buzz is gonna line up the shot. All right, let's see if he gets these. He needs to shoot him in the leg. Okay, good. If you shoot him in the body, he'll walk backwards. Ooh, is that gonna work? I'm curious.
Too far to the right.
Yeah, if that red zealot stays alive, then you need to reset, because that red zealot spawns more enemies. Oh, I guess he's good. Wow, I guess he did it. That's really good.
Frenchie messed that strat up in his race, and I think he kind of saved it, but it did kind of cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, because he probably killed the red zealot, and he probably missed one enemy, so you need to take out your sniper rifle for that. Okay, so Kuba's gonna approach the King and Queen's Grail room, which to get past this part, the part after this Chimera wall, you need to get 2 cups or grails, and then they're in 2 separate rooms with various challenges. And then we're gonna see Kuba go into the Queen's room first, and then he's gonna do the King's room later. And then, so now there's not much to really do here, because they're on a ride. BuzzKill's just playing as Ashley, but we do want to talk about this next part in probably the next 3 or 4 minutes is going to be one of the hardest parts in the game. Well, not hardest, but the most annoying parts in the game. Because you're gonna have to deal with armor knights.
It's tough.
Yeah, you remember those Novistadors in the sewers? We're gonna deal with them again. So we don't.
And they got an upgrade.
Yeah, well, they got a downgrade too. They don't turn invisible anymore, but they do. You'll see later. You'll see what their upgrade is.
They traded in their invisibility for something just as annoying.
Actually, even more annoying if you're playing New Game Pro.
Well, I play SD. I don't dip, man. So it's about as annoying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So these guys apparently just live in the wall because
Yeah, you know, they just live in the wall on that machine, waiting for some unsuspecting person to get trapped
I
there.
think Kuba's looking for rifle ammo. I don't know what he's looking for. Oh, he's looking for TMP ammo because then he didn't pick it up.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. So you can get through this part with very little TMP ammo, but it's generally not recommended because it's, you know, you want the leeway in case if you mess up. And both players are playing on Steam PC 60 FPS. Yeah, so you see there in your inventory that Kuba has no leftover TMP ammo. So normally you do want a box of TMP ammo there. And then this part, this is very hard. You basically want to snipe these guys, and then every single parasite in this game, if once they're exposed, they're weak to a flash grenade. They're weak to sources of light because Lewis, you know, says something in his document for it.
Yeah, the lore is that the parasites are UV sensitive, so like in the sun they'll die, and I guess the flash grenades emit some sort of
a lot of UV light probably. Uh-oh, he misses a shot, but he should recover. Oh, is he gonna wait? He might get... Okay, good. So there's a chance that the middle last night can his helmet just doesn't come off on the first shot. But... Okay, so Kuba approaching the transition room here, where he needs to put the 2 grails, but there are enemies, so we're gonna do a little movement manipulation, where you aggro them with a wait follow me, because Leon says stuff and the enemies hear it. So they're gonna aggro on Leon when he's on the right side. Here, so they're gonna go all to the right, and then he's gonna turn, and then because Leon's so swift as a coursing river, he's gonna go to the very left. And then, you know, all the enemies are on the right side still, so you know, they're very smart, right? So I believe on New Game Plus you're supposed to use a grenade or the PRL.
There's
here.
a strat for New Game Plus where you use a hand grenade, you like aim it up, chuck it, and it gets rid of them all.
Oh wow, these bugs are flying. But they're not invisible.
They're flying. Very annoying.
Yeah. All right. So we see here we want to time our flash grenade. Oh, he gets kicked. All right. So he needs. Oh no. Oh, he got grabbed before he could kick him.
He's getting Novi'd here.
Yeah, he's getting mollywopped. Okay, so he's surrounded. He can maybe get out. If he gets a kick prompt, he should be okay. He needs to. Okay, he needs to shoot these 2 locks down real fast. He's a little slow. He's low on ammo. All right, he made it out. Okay, we're good.
Okay, excellent recovery.
That was scary because normally when you get surrounded by these Novistadors, when they're in the air on the ground, like they can just, you know, combo you over and over. And sometimes like they just hit you and you can't even pause the game or go into your inventory. Because like when you're getting hurt, there's like a phase where you can't, you know, access anything. So these Novis
I've gotten
actually...
kick chained, like just in the middle of the room, kick 5 times.
Yeah.
Hey, you lose 25 seconds. Way to go.
Yeah, that's always a pain. Like, but it's crazy. Sometimes you get swiped into grab and then you probably die. Like right there. Like it's actually pretty crazy. So Kuba only has 6 ammo left. So luckily he won't be able to reload here. Because normally after the section you want to reload. But let's see what he does. I wonder if he's gonna try to shoot the dynamite or if he's gonna wait it out. But he luckily he has enough TMP ammo. And he's going to get more TMP ammo later. Let's see what's going to happen. Because I know Kuba and this clock tower don't get it that well. They don't get along very well. He gets hit here quite a lot by these archers. So at 60 FPS, these archers, they track you pretty hard, I think. Like,
I mean,
like they're more
in
likely
general,
to hit
they
you.
track you pretty hard.
Yeah.
But it's worse on 60, I'm sure.
Okay, so we jump down. There's a guy that's gonna throw the dynamite.
So he's conserving his ammo.
Yeah. He's just waiting it out right here. Alright, so we're up at the bridge part, right? So we call this the Bridge of Doom. Because, okay, he gets through clean. Sometimes the bridge doesn't play nice with you at all. Sometimes enemies walk up early, and when that happens in New Game Pro, you typically just reset the checkpoint. Because you can't... The idea is that you bait all 3 shield guys, run past them, then you bait the 2 mace guys right after that. But if one of the shield guys comes up early, you won't... you can't make it through the cycle. And either you need to kill them, or you need to reset. And we'd rather retry the checkpoint, because it's going to be faster.
Kuba handled that double Garrador room very well. He did a Ricky Rocket up to the center to hit both of them, and then he was able to snipe the armored Garrador on the right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a safer way of doing that where you just aim the rocket at the armored Garrador, and that positions him so his Plaga is more exposed.
Yeah, which is easier to do, but the way that Kuba did it, when you shoot it at the door, the way how the Garradors behave, when they expose their Plaga, it's easier to pick up both of their gold pickups. But okay, so BuzzKill having a little trouble here. I wonder if he's gonna make the cycle. Oh, he's gonna make it. So let's see if Buzz makes this, because this is a pretty big gatekeeper section as well. Oh, he misses. All right, let's see if he can recover. Okay, so Kuba's now is approaching Verdugo, and let's see. There's a way that you can skip this quick time event, but it's very tight on timing.
Yeah, Buzz is having some trouble aiming there.
Yeah, so let's see if he goes for it, or if he's gonna be safe and tries to dodge it. Okay, he gets it. So yeah, that's good. Let's see if he gets the second one. Oh, he gets a good pattern. So normally when you get the XC crouch, or on gamepad it's XA, like 90% of the time you can run past that without needing to attempt to dodge it.
I don't think you can run past that on 30.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
I'm not 100%, but I don't think you can. I've always learned to you want to backstep until he does it.
Yeah, but that's interesting. I actually don't know too much about 30 FPS. So let's see. Buzz gets past the Grail room. Looks like it looks good, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Like you can skip the tail stab.
Ooh, he barely makes it out.
Oh, this is 60 FPS. Both of them.
Yeah. Okay, so Kuba makes it out of 4-1. 4-1 is the longest chapter. Buzz is approaching Novistadors. Let's see how Buzz handles this. He has 3 flash grenades going in, so he didn't skip any flash grenades at all. Okay, good. Wow, a lot of these guys were grounded. That's crazy. All right, so BuzzKill should make it through here clean, unless if he gets swiped by a flying one. All right, very clean first try, much cleaner than Kuba.
What's up, Judd?
All right, so fun fact here, I believe on GameCube NTSC version you can't do this trick, but every other version you can. So
it's not really a trick.
Yeah. Well, the way you're supposed to do it is to, you get the dynamite, you turn on the power, or you do all the stuff to blow this up. But buying a rocket, you can bypass all that.
Yeah, it's a feature that they included after GameCube NTSC.
Yeah.
You can't blow that up without the dynamite key item on GameCube NTSC.
So now we see the Ditman glitch working. So not only does it make you move 1.6 times as fast, you do actions 1.6 times as fast. So Kuba basically goes on that zipline twice, and the zipline, how it works is that when it goes down, it has to go back, right? But Kuba, since he's Ditman, he runs back there fast enough. The zipline goes even farther the second time you use it because it's not all the way back at its starting point. So he clips out of bounds here. And then, all right, so we're on the last layer of Novistadors, Novis 3 as we like to call it. So these guys, not, in my opinion, not as painful as 2, but they can definitely ruin a run quite a bit.
If they surround you, it can be very problematic.
Yeah, your run is over. Oh, how did he dodge all that?
That was very lucky.
Yeah, he got really lucky. When these bugs are in the air, they do whatever the heck they want. Like you can't really control him at all. He got really lucky there. Yeah.
Oh boy, what's happening with BuzzKill there? He's getting grabbed.
Uh-oh. I think he got running guy. The guy runs up really early.
Okay.
Alright, so Kuba, ooh! Okay, luckily he reacts, gets a kick prompt. It looks, I think he's gonna make it out cleanly here. Alright, so we're doing that camera trick again to avoid that kick prompt.
Oh, it's unfortunate. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Oh, he's panicking.
As
He doesn't
you
know what
just
he wants to do. He doesn't know what he wants to do here. Okay, so he's turned
I've
around.
been here. This is horrible.
Yeah, he needs to kick his way out, but there are a lot of enemies. He needs. Okay.
Oh my
gosh.
See,
Oh
see
man.
What I'm saying, when you get surrounded, it's horrible.
Oh, he's gonna try to troop it out. He's gonna. Oh.
Okay, he got out.
Wow.
He was panicking there for sure.
Yeah, you could tell like when a player is like panicking, you can tell when they go in their inventory, like they don't know what like they want to do, right? The better players will, they know instantly like what they want to do. Like they'll go to their heals right away or stuff, or like like if I were him, I probably would have like just thrown my extra flash right away. Because like you do have one flash in, but yeah, dude, Kuba is very lucky to make it out. Oh man.
Oh, what is he doing?
What's he doing? Oh, okay. He just has a little brain fart right there. It's been a while
He's a bit
since Kuba
stressed.
played.
He's a bit stressed.
Yeah, he needs to cool off a little bit. We're gonna just take a nice stroll here to some guy with torches that can somehow breathe fire. Let's see.
Hey, these villagers are just circus performers. Like on the side.
Just they're preparing for Salazar. They're gonna perform for him like when he needs them. Oh, a little slow. He might need to bust out the striker. Oh, he gets it.
Oh, that's.
Oh, he has no heals.
Ooh.
No, don't reset. No. Oh, because there's an extra heal in that crate to the very left. So he resets his whole thing right here. Okay, that's fine. That's not a big deal. I'm guessing that like he just didn't mash hard enough, but those enemies can be a little bit random too. If they climb up through there, I would have just whipped out my striker shotgun and just blasted them before going in. Okay, we're in round 2 for Kuba. BuzzKill going to do Verdugo. I wonder if he's going to do the skips right here. Let's see. Oh, he does it. Wow.
Hey, that's pretty
He
good.
skips the underground pattern too. So
It seems he doesn't know that you can run by that.
Yeah, but I think when you're turning the corner, there's a higher chance of him hitting you. When you're like, instead of if you run in a straight,
you can backstep, then that'll work.
yeah. But normally most people just try to run past it if you're running straight away and you get.
It's better
the,
than
like,
losing
pattern.
Ditman though. So like if you backstep, he won't hit you. Well, I don't know. That might not work on 60. Someone
I'm not
would need
sure.
to confirm that for me. Oh, he missed the rocket.
Oh my gosh, he missed the rocket. Okay, you want to take time to aim this because this is a solid like 1 minute like time loss right here because you have to redo this whole thing again. Yeah, let's see if he goes for the skip again. Okay, he does it. Very good. And he has to do the second. He's gonna dodge. Oh, he tries it. Okay.
No, he tried it, but
Yeah, he needs to heal and he needs to pick up that shotgun ammo as well. I guess he doesn't have heals. Yeah. Okay.
oh, this is a desperate moment. Oh, he used a yellow herb.
Oh, he does. Okay, he's short on shotgun ammo because that shotgun ammo right there is a full 15. Oh, he gets it
Probably
now.
talk
Okay.
about what Kuba's doing.
All right. Yeah, do you want to explain that?
So this is the minecart skip. What he did there is he ditmanned to his TMP, and he just kind of jumped into the minecart at a certain angle, and it puts Leon out of bounds. He then switched to a grenade to get the full running speed, and you just kind of follow the track until you reach the end. Saves about 1:45.
Yeah, compared to
best
doing
case.
the whole entire minecart ride.
On 30 FPS, this specific skip doesn't work, but there's a different setup where you activate the minecart and you do like a specific jump over when the minecart's turning, and it still works the same, just a little bit slower, about 15 seconds slower.
Yeah, but it's worth it compared because before the minecart skips were discovered, your inventory was different. You need to bring a lot of ammo into the minecart, whereas now like if you do the glitch, you don't need to carry that much ammo because you don't need to kill all these enemies. So, but it's very important to know that when you do this minecart skip, you need to be holding a two-handed weapon. You can't do it with a grenade or a rocket. You can do it with the infinite rocket launcher, PRL, or TMP in this case. Okay, so we're now approaching statue hands. So this one, in my opinion, is very similar to Canyon for New Game Pro because it's not super hard to do, but you are very strict. It's very strict on the timing. So you need to do this like, with, not super fast, but you need to do it fast enough to get through the entire thing in one cycle. Because if you miss a cycle of the hands going up and down, then enemies are more likely to be able to hit you. Right? So we see here, he makes these specific TMP shots to aggro the enemies. He doesn't, normally I shoot here, but he's gonna shoot this guy down. Or, never mind. I wonder what he's doing. Oh, he missed the shot. Uh-oh. He needs to knock this archer down and the mace guy down. Oh,
my,
he gets
things
hit.
are going badly.
Yeah, things are not going well for him. He's gonna get hit by this archer, I'm calling it. He's panicking, he's panicking.
Because of how strict the timing is,
Oh,
I
he
feel
makes
that
it!
this area is also the next hidden boss. Like, hidden boss 2.0.
Yeah, he makes it out. That was actually crazy. He was able to dodge all those guys. And then Buzz is now approaching Novistador's 3 here. Let's see if he makes it out. Okay, he gets grabbed here. Oh boy.
Oh no, BuzzKill's having a bad time.
Yeah. Oh.
He's not using the camera.
Wow, he got lucky. Yeah. Oh man, he gets grabbed again. Hopefully he doesn't get surrounded. He only has a few heals left. He needs to Ditman out of there. Okay, so he does it. Okay, so Kuba's approaching the elevator now. So this elevator, if you guys don't know, the elevator is weighed down. If you clear all the boxes on there, and more than one enemy drops down. So basically, if there's 3 people on the elevator, it stops, right? And then, so what Kuba's gonna do, he's gonna set up his striker shotgun in a very specific way, so that when he aims it, it kills, because 2 enemies spawn normally 2 at a time. So he's gonna aim it in a certain way where it knocks off 2 people at the same time. Okay, he's gonna grab that green herb for a safety measure. Oh, does he have dynamite in? No, this should be fine. Okay, good. So that first shot is good. So you know your elevator's bad if one enemy doesn't fly off the stage completely. But BuzzKill making it past Novi's 3, so that's very good. Okay, this is a lot harder than it looks. This timing and the specific setup and the positioning are very strict here.
It's a pretty technical strat, I would say.
All right, so looks like a perfect elevator. That last guy will never fly off because
not
that wooden
completely
barrel.
perfect, but he did it pretty well.
Okay. Yeah, but that last guy will never fly off. But he makes it out, and very clean, relatively clean.
No issues with the villagers there for BuzzKill.
Okay, so now he's approaching Salazar. What you want to do is you want to basically blast his weak point, his first weak point, which is the eyeball. You want to shoot that a few times, and then it opens up the main, the main Salazar, and then he's just gonna blast him with a rocket. So.
Nah, Mudo, no timer. We're running late. Interesting thing about Salazar on PS2, you can skip his death cutscene.
Wow, that's something I didn't expect.
It's the only version that you can do that. Of course, otherwise on 30 FPS, there's like an out-of-bounds skip that you can do.
Yeah.
Probably the hardest out-of-bounds that you have to do. It's time sensitive.
Yeah, time sensitive and pixel sensitive too. Okay, so Kuba approaching Island now. So Island is basically like the final part of the game. where there's a military base, and you see enemies. They have tasers now. For some reason, in this quote-unquote modern world, enemies they have tasers, but they're using shields, wooden shields, and they're using maces as well. But they also have rocket launchers and Gatling guns. But you're wondering why they don't just equip all their personnel with guns.
Buzz is having some problems with the minecart skip.
Yeah, I think he's going too late, and then he needs to slow it down a little bit here, and he needs to be holding up left.
Oh, I think he forgot how to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, please. You might have to do the minecart. What is this?
No, he can't do it. He doesn't have ammo. Oh.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. You can tell he's probably very frustrated right now.
He probably doesn't know the other setup where you jump over the cart. It works
Okay,
regardless
he
of
does
frame
it.
rate.
Okay, he got it. Okay.
Oh,
All right, so he got it. That's very good.
That was worrying.
Yeah. You can tell his camera movement. He's a frustrated.
He's very frustrated with that.
Okay, so this specific part is also very time sensitive. And you need to bait that Gatling gun guy called JJ to swing at you. Because if you don't bait him out, he's gonna shoot at you, and then he's gonna track you, and he can one-hit KO you. You gotta be really careful about that. Oh, he doesn't get hit. It's actually crazy. So normally what people really like to do is they like to reset the checkpoint because it despawns or like it resets all the enemies' positions. But if you path is really if you optimize your pathing, the enemies will keep on following you, and then since they'll be closer to the staircase, they won't actually be able to hit you because they're too far from where you jump down after. Okay, Buzz about to finish the minecart skip. Kuba about to, let's see, I believe we've got Oven Man, right? Coming up?
Oh yeah, good old Oven Man.
Yeah, so if you ever play this game casually, you probably just, you freaked out a lot when you saw this happen. Yep.
Oven Man is the best waifu.
He is. He's quite a hot waifu. But to dodge him, there is a granny strat to do it, which is very reliable. And then the strat that Kuba did, you just try to quick turn as fast as you can, like around that corner. Then here we have the garage door skip. If you tried this normally, casually, like without the dipman, if you miss time, if you go too early, the garage door closes. You go too late, the garage door closes. You need to go at a specific timing with the dipman glitch. So my setup for it is that when the door opens, right before they raise up their dynamites to throw it, you start running, and then you should make it through there every time.
Ooh, wow, Buzz really got on that last second on the hand.
Yeah.
It was going up, and he almost missed it.
Okay, so we got these enemies called regenerators. So do you want to talk a little bit about these guys, like in casual gameplay? How do you defeat these guys?
Like, you're supposed to have like a thermal scope, and you have to shoot like the parasites that are in their body in order to kill them. But we don't have to kill them in the speed run. There's only one that you have to kill, an Iron Maiden, which is a
spiky one.
Spiky variant, which like attacks up with spikes. And yeah, because it holds a key card, you have to kill it. Kuba's gonna kill it with a rocket launcher.
Spoilers. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, normally these regenerators, they're very intimidating when you play through them casually because they make weird noises, and then like they're almost impossible to kill without the thermal scope.
They're very slow, but you got to make sure they don't grab you.
Yeah, but
otherwise they're pretty simple.
Yeah, you can bait these guys out quite easily. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna approach the Spiky Boy, aka the Iron Maiden, aka the Spiky Regenerator. But BuzzKill about to do Elevator. I'm curious to see how he does that. Okay, you gotta push these boxes off because it's too heavy. Let's see if he remembers to blow up the rest of these boxes as well. Oh, he tries to knife this. He's gonna get hit by the archer.
Wow.
Oh, he makes it.
He's trying to conserve that ammo, I guess.
Yeah, you can kill them with the knife, but you don't have time in a speedrun to do that.
He did not do that setup right.
Yeah, it's been a while, and now he's gonna have to kill all these guys or knock them off manually.
Yeah, Buzz should have done some derusting because this is
Yeah,
it's
both
unfortunate.
these players.
Yeah, probably. I don't really know